You've seen WB superstars battle it out in the ring thousands of times, but you don't know about these 10 brutal crimes committed by WB superstars. What's good, everybody? WB Videos 100 coming back to you guys with another video. Today we are going to be counting down the 10 of the most brutal crimes committed by WB superstars. Let's get right into it. Starting off at number 1 on the list is not someone you'd expect. Yes, we got the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and he's actually done more than one crime. So the first one, which is not as significant, you know he's been divorced over 4 times. So Ric Flair did not pay his ex-wife more than $32,000 in spousal support, which consisted of his spouse's car lease, insurance, and health insurance, and his failure to meet those deadlines led him to turn him into police custody. And another one was the more infamous one, was when Ric Flair got in a road rage accident. So allegedly, Flair left his car, then he proceeded to grab a motorist by the throat before kicking his car door clean off. He was charged with injury to personal property and assault and battery. Further to this incident, in 2008, Flair was declared bankrupt, and he previously owed a lot of money to companies like Ring of Honor and High Spots Inc. So he's had a lot of legal issues. One about the road rage, it's actually interesting. Edge and Ric Flair had an on-screen feud and they poked fun at this. But Ric Flair, he's definitely not as bad as the guys it seems from these crimes. They're just light crimes, nothing too serious, but we're going to get a lot more serious. Going on to number 2. Next on the list at number 2, we have the five-time WCW champion, Booker T. And Booker T has a bunch of crimes, but particularly he was arrested after performing armed robberies at several Houston restaurants of Wendy's. The robberies were taken by a group of criminals, all of whom had been working for Wendy's for the previous 2.5 years. 4 men, including Booker T, wore their uniforms during the holdups. Because of this, it didn't take long for the police to track down the group, and Booker T pleaded guilty on December 1987 to 2 counts of aggravated robbery and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. But he was released only 19 months into his sentence and was placed on parole until 1992. And after that, he found the wrestling industry, and obviously his life took off. Best thing about all of this is that Booker T, after accomplishing everything in his career, now stopped a robbery at a restaurant, and he performed a citizen arrest. So that is just great to hear about, and that is a perfect ending to this story. Moving on to number 3. So coming in at number 3, we have two of the most loved WB superstars, the Hardy Boys, Jeff and Matt Hardy. So in September of 2009, Jeff Hardy's house was raided by police, and he was given a pile of drug charges, including trafficking. His brother Matt's house was also raided in September of 2011, and he received drug charges as a result. And also, in January of 2014, Matt Hardy and his wife, who's also a wrestler, Rebby Sky, were arrested at a motel in Virginia for a bloody domestic brawl. A hotel staffer called 911 and said a guest just came down here and said somebody's beating the hell out of his wife, a girl, or something. They were both charged with assault and issued restraining orders against each other. And as you can see from Matt Hardy's mugshot, the way he got in a fight with her and got bloody. Coming in at number 4 on this list, we have New Jack, infamous for his extreme moments for which we love in ECW. And at this time, he was working for the Thunder Wrestling Federation, moving company to company. So during his match with William Jason Lane, he pulled out a blade which he had been concealing, and he proceeded to stab Lane 9 times. And he was later charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated assault to commit murder. I don't know why he was doing this during a match, but moving on to number 5. Number 5 on the list, we have Sunny. Now, a lot of wrestlers recover from their crimes, but that has not been the case for Sunny. In a span of 4 weeks, she was arrested 5 times. Her crimes included disorderly conduct, third-degree burglary, and 3 counts of violating a protective order. She violated this protective order again in January 2013 and served 114 days in jail. and she spent more time in jail the beginning of this year after she violated parole following a DUI related charge, and things haven't got so well with her. She's had such bad times that she's trying to sell her Hall of Fame ring on eBay. If I told you there have been WWE superstars who have committed murder, you would be shocked. But you'll be even more shocked to know that there is more than one WWE superstar who's committed murder. Let's get started with Scott Hall. He's had multiple legal issues and problems with substance abuse over his career that has been well documented, but many of the issues have stemmed from the incident in 1983, which was way before his fame and fortune. While he was working as a bouncer for a nightclub in Orlando, he was involved in an altercation with a man outside the club. The man pulled a gun on him, and in an act of self-defense, he turned the weapon on the assailant and shot him, killing him right in the process. He was charged with second-degree murder, and he always speaks of being haunted by the incident. Now, this is the biggest case, but again, he was just trying to defend himself. He's not some sick guy. So at number 7, we have yet another murder, this time committed by Jimmy Snuka. So basically, on May 10th, 1983, a few hours after beating Jose Estrada at a WWF TV taping at Lehigh County in Pennsylvania, he placed a call for an ambulance, and then when the ambulance arrived, they found that his girlfriend had been injured. His girlfriend's name was Nancy Argentino, by the way, and she died of undetermined craniocerebral injuries a little while later, and a report stated that she died of traumatic brain injuries consistent with a moving head striking a stationary object. And the findings suggested that she suffered more than 24 cuts and bruises, a possible sign of mate abuse, on her head, ear, chin, arms, hands, back, buttocks, legs, and feet. And it was definitely seemed like that Snuka had committed. In 1985, her parents won a $500,000 judgment against Snuka in the U.S. District Court in Philadelphia. And so basically this case kept going on, and 32 years after the incident, Snuka was arrested and charged with third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter for Argentino's death. But he was never really able to face the trial as he died in January 2017. Now, coming in at number 8, we have a wrestler you probably don't remember, G.T. Porter, whose real name is Brian McGee. He spent time in WWE's former developmental territory called Florida Championship Wrestling, which you probably do remember, which was great, by the way. But in 2013, he was arrested for fatally stabbing a female in Tampa, Florida. The victim in question was thought to be his girlfriend, and he suffered multiple stab wounds. After he crashed his car following a police chase, he was taken to the hospital and was charged with first-degree murder following his release. He posted a chilling cry for help on his Facebook page after his release from WWE, and he stated that he had been drinking every day and he kept bottles of vodka and gin in his trunk, and he finished the post by saying, "Help me." Coming in at number 9, we have Jose Gonzalez. He fatally stabbed wrestling legend Bruiser Brody in July of 1988 prior to an event in Puerto Rico. The murder took place in the locker room showers after Gonzalez had requested to discuss business with Brody. After a fight between the two began, 2 piercing screams were heard throughout the entire locker room. Tony Atlas rushed to the Brody's aid, finding him hunched over and clutching his stomach while Gonzalez had the murder weapon. After a trial colored by money and cover-ups, Gonzalez amazingly walked away a free man. Tony Atlas and Dutch Mantle testified during the trial, but there was no murder weapon that was located, and there was no eyewitnesses, so Gonzalez was able to escape as a free man. So we've come to the end of our list, and there was many that I could leave out and many that I could do for number 10, but some of them I didn't even want to talk about, and even this one is obviously hard to talk about. It's so sad. Chris Benoit and his double murder suicide. So he killed his wife Nancy and their 7-year-old son Daniel, and then killed himself in 2007. And it seems as if heavy steroid use caused brain trauma, maybe from all those diving headbutts he used to do. and to this day we don't know exactly what happened, but we can pretty much predict for sure that it was because of the steroids. And interesting, Vince McMahon was actually in a case about the steroids, so definitely Vince McMahon, I think, did give steroids to his wrestlers, and this is a controversy, and WWE has never really been taken over or framed for. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. That's it for this one. And like I said last video, if I don't upload as frequently as you want to, I'm sorry, guys. High school just started for me, and I played basketball and all my workouts and so many other things that I can't list, but I'm so busy. And this video took 8 to 10 hours to make, and I try my hardest to upload as much as possible and to upload the absolute best possible, highest quality video I can make. And I just do it all for you guys. I appreciate the support so much. You don't even know how grateful I am for the support. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and join a part of this WB Videos 100 fan base. Make sure to share this video all over the internet so everyone can become a part of this channel and everyone can watch these great videos. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Have a great day.